Hello guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today guys, another video, and today guys I'm reviewing Tales of Halloween, which is a horror anthology movie, which is one of my personal favorites, but I can see why people don't like it, because some of the stories ain't always the best, but I don't know, I just find this movie really enjoyable. It's not as good as, something like Trick or Treat, but I still just really enjoy this movie, and I've been watching it every Halloween for the past 2 or 3 years, and I would definitely recommend it if you're a fan of horror anthologies. But Tales of Halloween was released in 2015, and it comes with 10 different, little stories within it, and, there's some recurring characters in each story, as, like, little background characters or whatnot, but, so 10 stories, there's a bunch more than, for, say, Trick or Treat, and, they don't, tie together like Trick or Treat, but, still, really, really love this movie, and I would definitely recommend it, especially if you're a horror fan or a horror anthology fan, but, we're going to go about the stories in order as they appear, and, this will include spoilers, which, some of these stories are just great, though, and I would definitely recommend you watch them. But the first one that appears in the movie is Sweet Tooth, which is probably one of my favorites in the movie. It's just kind of like a basic horror thing, telling the tale about how this kid, he killed his parents because they were eating the candy, because they were strict on him or whatnot, and, he rips open their stomachs to eat all the candy in there, and now every Halloween, if you don't leave Sweet Tooth, food, he'll pretty much kill you for it or whatnot, but, again, so, he kills the babysitters or whatnot, which, is pretty great, and I do love the, design. I would say is definitely the most iconic thing from the movies, the design of Sweet Tooth. And, I do love, there's definitely some suspense and some scary, jump scares in, Sweet Tooth, for sure. So definitely Sweet Tooth is one of my favorites in the movie. And, it's a great way to get the movie started off with. And then the second story is, a lot of these stories are kind of weird, but, also kind of great, is the Night Billy Raised Hell, which it's pretty much about this, guy that lives, he's pretty much the devil, but he's tired of his house getting egged and, wrecked every year on Halloween, because, he don't put up any decorations or whatnot. And whenever, this kid's, sister and her boyfriend convinces him to go egg it, let's just say he pretty much gets kidnapped up by the devil or whatnot, and we are led to believe, during this, we see the whole night, they were raising hell, fucking holding people up at gunpoint, doing all sorts of bad shit, but, run people over cars and whatnot, vandalism, all that kind of stuff. And then, we learned that it actually wasn't, the kid we saw at the beginning, Billy. It was, the devil's little, I guess, minion. I think his name was like, I forgot what name, I think Malachi or something like that. And then, the devil's like, yeah, you can go now. And then, the kid gets arrested, and we're led to believe, he gets shot because we hear gunshots after it fades to black or whatnot. But, like, that's actually a pretty good twist, and, I did enjoy it. It was, pretty fun to watch. There's some funny moments in there. So overall, I think The Night Billy Raised Hell was a pretty decent story. And then the next one is Trick, and this is definitely one of the ones that just goes for shock horror, I would say. Because, the adults just randomly getting attacked by, brutal, savage kids getting stabbed. Let me just say, that first guy that gets stabbed right in the gut, like, ooh, yeah, like, that is rough. That's probably one of the roughest scenes I've seen in a while to watch, but, and then, because apparently, they were sick, like, I forgot what you call it, sadists, I guess you say, because they were, like, pulling out kids' eyeballs or whatnot, so, you learn at the end the kids were really getting revenge or whatnot, which, I guess is kind of good, but it's definitely one of those ones that, just really goes for the shocks, but, this is one I can definitely see you either liking or not liking, but, and then the next story is The Weak and the Wicked, which, is about, this one's definitely also one of the weirder ones, and I could definitely see you not liking this one or really liking it. For me, it's just kind of but, it's about the three, I guess, like, street people or whatnot. There was this whole backstory where, Jimmy, his parents were burnt alive in a trailer by, like, these 6-year-olds, which, are older now or whatnot, but he's dressed up in, like, this silly suit, and it turns out, the whole thing was about him summoning some, I think the All Hallows Eve demon, and, let me just say, the design of the demon at the end is, top, like, really, really, really cool. I do really enjoy the look of that, but, and then they get killed in, whatever, he gets his revenge or whatnot, but, the whole scene where, he's running from them or whatnot, I'm like, I can really do without, but then, the demon shows up at the end, and I would say that's definitely worth it. Overall, though, I mean, let me just say, why the heck would, like, 6-year-old kids think that burning, two adults inside a trailer alive would be funny? I don't know, but I guess they're just sick people or whatnot. But The Weak and the Wicked, I would say overall is pretty good. Especially since after the demon shows up, I would definitely say that's what made it for me. And its design or whatnot. But yeah, pretty good. And then the next one is Grinning Ghost, which this is probably my least favorite in the entire movie, I would definitely say. It's pretty much about this this lady hears about this ghost story, and then about some ghost lady takes away your eyesight if you look at her or whatnot, and it follows her car breaks down and whatnot, and then jump scare inside the house, whatever. Really short. I think it's actually the shortest of all the stories, but yeah, I just did not really care for this one, especially that jump scare at the end. I don't know, just didn't really like the way this one really fitted in with the rest of them, and like I said, probably definitely my least favorite. But next up is probably the most interesting one to me is Ding Dong, which is kind of like I guess like this one's like really like I said, the weirdest, which is pretty much a witch or whatnot, but it's like the witch from Hansel and Gretel, and she wants kids or whatnot, but her husband or boyfriend or whatever went to the doctor, so he couldn't have kids with her because she's like very violent or whatnot. And let me just say, whenever she turns to the witch, like, holy crap, that is fucking scary, especially like the forearms or whatnot. Like I said, very interesting, and definitely very, very different. But yeah, pretty good one, especially if you like on the weirder side of things. But that witch is just really, really creepy. And the next one is This Means War, which is about this one guy. He always does this Halloween display or whatnot, but it seems like his neighbor across the street's trying to one up him. So then let's just say later on it turns into like a big ass fight, and I just feel so sorry for the one guy that's dressed up as the I guess like the zombie doctor, because he said he's been doing this for 25 years or something like that, and I don't know, I just feel so bad for him. But I think this is also kind of a cautionary tale. You can have both good tradition, and it's not bad to change it up, I guess. But and then it ends up with both of them as they're fighting getting impaled on wood and dying. Like, holy crap, like neither one of them deserved it. And this just makes me feel really, really, really bad. But also one of the I think this is definitely one of the other shorter shorts, I would guess. But yeah, that one, I do like that one. Nice, short, sweet, nice twist ending or whatnot. And the next one's definitely the one that is more of a satire than anything else in the movie, which is Friday the 31st, which is pretty much like a dorky kind of Jason, Jason knockoff or whatnot. Gets into a fight with like an alien. It just wants to tweak or tweet. But yeah, let me just say I guess like the stand-in Jason Voorhees is he is hilarious how he's just like mumbling and bumbling around, and let me just say, and then I love when the alien takes over the girl's dead body that he just killed, and then Jason's running, or stand-in Jason's just running or whatnot, and then the bloodbath at the end, I'm like, holy crap, and the alien comes back and he's like tweak or tweet. Just pretty good parody. There's some funny laughs in there or whatnot, but. And then the next one is also probably one of my favorite story and kind of, I guess, thought-wise, is the Ransom of Rusty Rex, which is pretty much these burglars or whatnot kidnap this billionaire's kid, to hold him ransom or whatnot. But it just turns out that it's not actually a kid, and this one's very hilarious. Like, first of all, that little demon child, whatever the hell it is just hilarious, especially with the two crooks or whatnot. And then they call the billionaire. He's like, yeah, we got your kid. We want ransom money. He's like, okay, and then just hangs up. He's just so nonchalant about it. I would definitely say that's what makes this short. Is the whoever plays that billionaire or whatnot is just so nonchalant, and they call him out. They're like, man, why'd you pretend this thing was your kid? And he's like, hey, look, don't look at me. He showed up at our house a few years ago on Halloween and would not leave us alone since. And yeah, now he's your problem. So bye. And I just find that so funny and such a funny predicament, I guess. This demon child just shows up at your house. He just pretends it's your kid now on, and I don't know if he was just hoping that someone would steal it or whatnot, but I don't know, I just find that so funny. And then at the end eats his friend or whatnot. And then the last story is Bad Seed, which is about some genetically modified pumpkin that's running around eating people or whatnot. Nothing too much here, and at the end it shows like all the pumpkins. You're like, ooh, that's a lot of pumpkins that can come alive and eat people. But yeah, this one's kind of generic or whatnot. But overall, though, like I said, Tales of Halloween is pretty good, and there's a whole interconnected thing like at the beginning and throughout the movie about the radio talk show host. She's kind of like narrating All Hallows Eve. But overall, though, I do really like this. Most of the stories are kind of pretty good. There's some misses in there, like the Grinning Ghost. Is that what it's called? Or no, I'm sorry, Grim Grinning Ghost is definitely probably the weakest one in my opinion. But overall, though, like I said, really love this. Like watching it every Halloween. And let me know your thoughts down below about the movie. And like I said, I would definitely suggest it, especially if any of the stories sound interesting to you. But probably give this movie a 8.3 out of 10. But check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some of their videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.